like I just said, I'll say it again because I'll probably snip the VOD a certain way. I have a cold sore on the tip of my tongue, so sometimes I sound normal, sometimes I have to talk funny in order to talk at all. You'll have to forgive me. This was one of our Donathon milestones. Thank you guys again for your support during All Souls season. This is only box art. Okay? So here, I'll give you guys the spiel that I have pinned in the chat. There are a couple of things to keep in mind for this tier listing. Number 1, this is nowhere near an exhaustive list of horror games. Much less horror games that have box art, because obviously a lot of horror games now, they're digital, they often don't get a physical press, or even if they do, it's very limited. And if I had started including those, I literally have like 200 games in this list. It's a lot. There are going to be ones that get missed. Okay? It's just going to happen. Tier list opinions obviously are all my own. They are opinions. Yes, I am going to use my big brainy, went to arty school brain to talk about things, but like it's still, you know, my opinion. And to be clear, liking a box art does not mean I like the game, but the vice versa is also true, because there are games that I think their box art stinks, but I love the game. The game's great. So, hi Sigs. So, gameplay has, like, I'm trying to judge the box art on its box art. Okay? Will how I feel about the game perhaps occasionally teeter it one way or the other? Yeah, probably. But I'm trying not to use actual gameplay as any, like, sort kind of measurement for, like, how box art. We are judging the game by its cover, and only by its cover. Hi, Bucket. There's no winners or losers here. This is a tier list. Goodness sake. There's a little bit more gray room here. You might notice. So, that's all we're doing. We're just judging. Well, I say we. I'm just judging the box art. You're free to disagree with me. I don't care. Thumbs up. We are doing this in as alphabetical in order as I managed. A few are slightly out of order, but it's good enough. Starting with 7th guest. So we are actually going to look at a bigger size so you guys can see it. Okay. The 7th guest. Weird, like, puzzle, horror, FMV-ish. FMV on green screen kind of stuff. I actually really like this box art. It's very traditional horror. There's a scary house. It's on the edge of a cliff. There's probably an ocean down there. There's bats. Definitely not for scale, because those are some big-ass bats. It has a VR version. And so, Trilobite, CD-ROM, like, the font, the way the font is designed to, like, go along with the wrought iron and everything, I honestly think that this is just, like, this is great. This is fantastic. Even with a weird font, like, there's nothing here that makes me go, huh? What does that letter say? What's that? Huh? So, I'm putting 7th guess. Like, if I saw this sitting on the shelf as a child, I'd be like, I want to play that game. I want to play that game. So, I can't just, it's a hard one to rate first, Because part of me wants to just immediately put it into A because it's just so good. Like the colors, everything is so well done. The composition here is fantastic. And there's even like some texturing. And then we also get the extra texture on top of the fact that this is somebody's CD-ROM case that they scanned, which is extra great. So I think we're going to put it A. It might end up being high B depending on how we feel about other things, but I'm going to say A. I think it's a great box art. All right, so next up we have Alan Wake, the first one. I'm not judging the second one because I don't even like Alan Wake. This is good enough. This is good enough. I mean, it's solid and it's designed with the letters, with the light coming through the letters, and you can see the backdrop and the flashlight, and regardless of how I feel about Alan Wake, I have to be real. I never liked this box art. I thought it was really boring and didn't actually evoke any feeling. It was like, yeah, it's a dude standing there with a forest and a flashlight. Woo! Like, it's not badly composed at all. It's solid. I'm gonna put it in B. But I just don't think it's that interesting. Like, I bought Alan Wake because my friends told me to play Alan Wake. I didn't buy Alan Wake because I looked at the box art and went, ooh, that looks spooky. That's not what I did. You like American Nightmare? American Nightmares kind of has a little more interesting art to it. 11th Hour, yeah, 11th Hour is alright. I didn't end up putting 11th Hour on here because as I started adding more and more and more, and we have a bunch of series in here, it was just like, okay. We're just gonna touch on some of them. I'll be honest, I don't think the Alan Wake 2 box art is any better. I actually think it's worse. But that's, I think with the Alan Wake 2 box, that's a little more of a personal feeling. Just like, I'm just not into, like, I don't know. I think they could have done something way more interesting with it. Again, same with Alan Wake 1, same with Alan Wake 2. It's like the same notes, so I didn't even bother putting the Alan Wake 2 box art in here. I was just like, it's the same notes. It could have been so much more interesting. Oh, here we go. Aliens versus Predator. Can I get... Yeah, here, okay. Here's a PS3 version of it. There's a couple of different ones, but this is essentially the one that, you know, you see on like Steam and stuff by Rebellion. So like, their box art is kind of great. Is it like my favorite thing ever? No. The aliens and the Predator are the focus, as they should be, not the dudes at the bottom. You get both fonts. I kind of like that it's all just the kind of one color, so to speak. I don't mind it. I'm sure some people don't like the pea soup coloration, but I think it's fine. I like it well enough. I like that you can see the Xenomorph second mouth in there, but it's not popping out, which is what everybody does. I think this is at least a high B, personally. So, We'll see where other games end up between these two, yeah? Oh, Alien Breed. Okay, so Alien Breed, I just grabbed the one because most of the Alien Breed box arts are like the same but different colors. Here, well, we'll pull up. Can I get a bigger version to this? This one, the 3D one's great. Look at it's great. Look at that. A little different from the others. But yeah, you can see there's kind of it's just different colors. Can I get a Ishtatifis? Well, here. We'll have a look. Let's look at this is the main thing on the box art is the logo, the Alien Breed. I think it's fun, it's solid, it's nice. Is it super exciting? Would it make me grab the box art? Would I reach over and be like, I'm gonna play this game? No. I'm sorry, it would not. It is not what... It is not it for me. But I do think it deserves at least to be. So. Oh, here we go. Alien Isolation. Okay, I wanted to talk about this one because this is one of the rare recent box arts where it's like there's actually box art, so I included it. Can I get like no, not that one. I do want this. Good enough. All right. Fuck you, Xbox. How can I please like zoom in so I can, there we go. So this box art immediately kind of breaking my own personal rule of like I don't know that I actually want somebody who looks like a person staring at me. I kind of want them to look like they're in the video game. But it doesn't really bother me with this one. Like, we got the helmet. You can see the shadow of the xenomorph. It's simple. It's effective. It's well put together. The other version, this collection thing, no, bad. Stop. It's, you know, you're just trying to evoke something somebody else has already done. Hi, Crab. So I'm willing to give Alien Isolation an A. I'm willing to give it an A. Yeah, like the collection, like there's nothing inherently wrong with the image itself. It's just we've seen this shot with the alien how many times? It's not interesting. Oh boy. All right, let's see if I can find the same one here. Alien Syndrome. No, I want this one. Something like, there's a bunch of different ones, but this is, let's see. Hang on. Yeah, this is the one I want. This weird looking one. Look at all these. Remember when they tried to bring it back on the Wii? Remember that? I don't remember that. Let's look at this one, because this seems to be the most common one. Here we go. Alien Syndrome. This one's cool. I like this more than the one that was included for the game, which I just nabbed from somebody else. Which I'm like not finding here, which is kind of wild. Look at this one. Like, oh, here's another one. Here's the Nest one. The battle between flesh and slime. Like, I'm really curious where this one is in all of this. There you go. There's a... It definitely depends on which one. It definitely depends on which one, because this one, no. This one, no. This one, yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah. So. The little weird little goo guys. So. I'm gonna say, I'll give him a B. I give him a B because, like, it really depends on which one. It really depends on which one. Because, like, this one, like, if this were the box art, I would give it a C. But, we're gonna rock with it for now. Where's my Madness Returns? Hang on. Where's Madness Returns? Hang on. It's here. Why didn't it? Should have been next to Alien Breed. What? Weird. It's probably in here somewhere and I'm just not seeing it. Okay. We need our 2 Alice games in here. It's the 25th anniversary of American McGee's Alice. The other day. This... Okay, so this one... This is at least going to be an A. This is at least going to be an A. And some of that, I will admit, is personal bias. Not just for Alice, but I have a story. As a child, I would go to the store. And I would see this game sitting on the shelf every time I went to the store. And I would ogle at it. And I'd be like, I want to play that, but I know nobody will buy it for me. Because I, like, you know, I picked it up and looked at the back and was like, oh, it's probably too scary. Like, nobody will buy it for me. Also, we never had a very good computer, so I assumed I couldn't run it. So, like... Yeah, so first of all, lovely composition, texture work. You have the background, which is like, there's a bunch going on back there, but it's also very simple. You get the very, I mean, who could forget this? This is the one Cheshire Cat I like. I usually don't give 2 shits about the Cheshire Cat. I'm usually like, yeah, whatever, bozo. In various versions of Alice. I love this Cheshire Cat. He's precisely the kind of Cheshire, how I envision the Cheshire Cat, where there's this mix of, like, you know, there's like, it's like kind of almost, it's not malice, it's just this uneasiness, is the way that he's looking at you. It makes you uncomfortable, but at the same time, he's very amicable and has lots of clever things to say. And yeah, obviously Alice in her blue dress, very iconic. So yeah, this one's like, this is an A. This is an easy A for me, like real high A. I could put it into S, but I feel like that would be purely personal bias, so I'll think about it. I might move her up. It's actually going to be kind of difficult for me to do S's because I usually have some issue with box art, even if I like it. So it is similarly, I mean, it's solid. You have the Cheshire Cat in the sky. You have Alice in her dress. You have her with the knife. And instead of a heart with the texture, it's a similar texture to the one on American McGee's Alice, but this time it's a keyhole. which is a big thing. And Alice with the shrinking and everything, and also the keys, like unlocking her, like what she remembers, trying to remember what happened with the fire and the keys as she unlocks her memories. It's very cool in some ways. So like something I really appreciate is the in this, in the old one, it's small, I know. It just says American McGee's Alice, right? It's nice. It's a good font. But they stepped it up and made the I a knife. And I love it. I didn't have any drop frames, so if something happened, it was on y'all's end. Or Twitch's, possibly. Usually I get drop frames if Twitch does something weird, though. At least a few. Yeah, why you gotta do it dirty like that? Because they don't think it'll make any money, and they're wrong. So, it would never make enough for them. So I'm putting the Alice's together in A. I'm putting the Alice's together in A. I think they're really great. Oh, here we go. Alone in the Dark. Okay, there's a bunch of these. Let's see if I can actually get all of them to come up full size. Here we go. Alone in the Dark. I like it. I'm not really sure what this weird squishy face thing happening over here. It's an alright creepy house cover. It doesn't hit me quite as strongly as like Seventh Guest did, like right on the she couldn't handle Alice only getting an A. I love those games. I don't know. I might put American McGee up in this. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. This game, there's a bunch of them. So we've got the first one, and then Alone in the Dark 2. Which I actually like a bit better. But that's a personal preference. So let's see here. Alone in the Dark 1. You didn't miss anything, CK. I haven't been anywhere. Alright, so... Alone in the Dark. Yeah, the first one just... It's not that great. Well, like I said, that's either Twitch goofing or something on y'all's end, unfortunately. I've got no drop frames, I got nothing. I'm all good on this end, sadly. But you still didn't miss anything. I kind of want to put this in C, but if I put it in C, then I'm going to put Alien Syndrome in C as well, but like high C. Because there's only the one that I really liked for Alien Syndrome. But... Alone in the Dark 2. Now this is a cool cover. We on the high seas. We got the creepy face in the waves. Yeah, I mean, with a little personal bias, I think I might put this one in B. Where's 3? Cause there's like 5 of them. I'm gonna put this one in B. Here we go. This one's pretty cool. I might. Oh, come on. Let me see the big size. Let me see the big size. Look at this. Oh, it's so silly. It's Wild West. Mildly miffed mountain lion. Here's a version with infogrames. Oh man, infogrames. Let's go. Yeah, this coloration is a little nicer, which is the coloration I've seen more frequently. Oh man, it looks so cool. I think 3 gets an A. I think 3 gets an A. That's just I'm more fond of like high seas pirate adventure than I am like a Wild West thing, but like this is just, oh man, grabs ya. All right, so hang on, a little dark. Stop. Well, they all had filler stickers on them. So, Alone in the Dark, the New Nightmare, which I think is probably the one that most people have played, if they played any of them. A lot of people did not play the older ones. So this one's okay. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I like a big scary house. I'm not really into approaching scary house with gun. That's just a personal thing. It's weird. I play so much survival horror, and yes, you do approach the scary manner with your weapon, but somehow it being on the cover bothers me. Oh, let's see. But would it keep me from picking it up off the shelf? Probably not. But it just does not, it just doesn't excite me. I'll put it C, but above the original. Alright, Alone in the Dark. We'll look up Inferno because that's what this is. Oh boy, generic man with flaming city behind him. And he even looks like his face has been squished a little bit. It's just not interesting. It's just boring as heck. Hi, Captain. It's getting a D. And the only reason why it ain't going lower is because we got one more Alone in the Dark that we're gonna do. I'm not judging the new one, because Illumination's worse. Like every version, even this. I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, This is the one that most people saw. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's really bad. Oop. No! Uh-oh. 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 I might have to take a breaky break. Hang on, my thing might not have saved. Yep. We were about finished with the A's. Oh, Alone in the Dark Illumination. Yeah, you get enough. I'm gonna catch flack for this one. I don't care. I already catch flack for my opinion of the game, so. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I wish I could like it in its simplicity. I find this to be a total snooze fest. I'm not gonna give it a D or anything like that. It could go in C. But it's not interesting. It has no, it means nothing. It means nothing. And this is worse. Who made this? Please tell me this was like a fan-made thing. That's awful. That's terrible. I don't like Amnesia, but what did you do to Amnesia? See, it's just boring. It's just boring. It's just not that interesting, but it's not bad, per se. Alright, moving on. We're getting into the B's. BioShock. And we're only doing the first two because fuck BioShock 3 and it ain't a horror game. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, BioShock 3. BioShock. Classic. Memorable. Not too busy, but you're immediately going, what is happening here? And what is this? What is this? I wish to play this game. What is it? And most versions don't even have a little sister on it. I think this is just the PS3 version has a little sister on it. Like the... Oh, there's the remaster that just has... She's over on the side. Okay, she's hiding on the side. Oh yeah, she's just hiding on the side. I just forget that she's there because I'm so absorbed by the sight of the Big Daddy. So it's going up in A. For sure. It's getting your attention. BioShock is great. Just like pretty much any of these games don't... So many people shit on BioShock because of its ending, but then they praise the second one for its ending. The first one has a lame ending. There's lots of video games with lame endings. The Ride is too good to like knock it entirely because its ending was kind of lame. Because your ending can vary so wildly in BioShock 2, the one I got made me despise the game. Like, I never want to touch it again. I was very angry. So, you know. BioShock 2, more of the same, basically. It's not that interesting. I'm not going to give it a C, but it's not going above B. It's not going above B. And part of that is because they opted to just give us the same box art again with an older model of Big Daddy versus giving us the big sister. Why was she not on the cover of the fucking box? She wasn't a secret. She was in all of the promotional material, but she's not on the box art. Also, I think the character Big Sister was like, I remember nothing about that character. I think it was like a huge ball drop. I remember nothing about that character, unfortunately, but her design's fantastic. So, And that's what we are most concerned with. BioShock 2. You get a B. Because I'm trying to grade you on your own and not just compare you to BioShock 1. BioShock 3, even if it were a horror game, it would go in F. I'm sorry. My feelings about that game would just are just too strong. It's just too strong. And it's not a fucking horror game. It's an action game. Just fine, but I don't think it's a good game. So, alright, next up. We are just covering one of these. Oh, I totally had that issue of Game Informer as well. There were a series of good Blair Witch games. All the shade on Bloober. I thought the Blair Witch game was terrible. I thought the Blair Witch game was like most Bloober games, where the first like hour and a half is like super solid, and then it just falls the fuck apart. Which is why I'm so excited, by the way, to know that the Silent Hill 2 remake and Chronos New Dawn, solid. Chronos New Dawn is supposed to be super solid. So, yay. But long before Bloober, Terminal Reality, making some CD-ROM Blair Witch games that were apparently quite good. I've never played them. But I only grabbed one box art because they're basically the same. It's a version of the little doll symbol, and then the backdrop is like a color with trees. Red, blue, what have you. While I know these games are supposed to be pretty good, and the Blair Witch is cool, that's a neat movie. At least I only ever watched the original. I only ever watched the first one. I have no opinion on the others. Simple, effective. Is it gonna get me to grab it off the shelf? It might, just because it's so simple. I'm gonna put it in B. I don't think it deserves to be knocked down to C. But it's definitely not an A for me. There's not enough going on. Here we go. Can I get it to come up? Can I get it to come up and not have all of these versions of blood come up? Yeah, go to bed for work. No worries, Captain. You don't know this image. This is blood. Here's also blood, the PC key. There we go. Still small, but blood. This is similar. I have similar feelings to this that I do about the Blair Witch. The Blair Witch game. It's simple. It's effective. Is it amazing? No. But it's gonna get me to pick up the box, which is what we're looking at here. Get me to pick up the box. I'm actually eyeing BioShock 2. I'm like, do I want to put you in C? Hi, C. Never mind. I just thought about Alien Syndrome again. Because I just had the moment of, yes, looking at them on the shelf. Well, if I saw BioShock and BioShock 2 sitting next to each other, I wouldn't have any urge to skip BioShock. Even if BioShock 2 was the newer game. So. Alright, here we go. Oh, people are gonna get mad at me. People are gonna get mad at me. So there's two different ones. There's this, which is the one I have. And then I guess this box art has shown up as actual box art. Is it a fan cover? I think it's a fan cover. Game of the Year edition. Game of the Year is a little more interesting because it includes the old hunter stuff. I don't like this box art. I don't think it's bad. I just... If I didn't know anything about Bloodborne and I looked at this box art, no. Box art's reversible. Ah, yeah. Okay. I have the box literally sitting right over there, and I just opened it today. Didn't even notice it was reversible. Don't like that. This is a good splash screen. This is a good splash screen. Hi, Bree. This is a good splash screen, but box art, it's getting where I want it to go. Like, I want the city in the background, but I want to keep all this cool effect here with the blood and the claw and everything. I feel like we should be zoomed in more. We should be zoomed in more. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't do it for me. Again, I don't think it's bad. It's just like, if I didn't know anything about Bloodborne, I would not... I would glance at it and go, that could be cool. And probably pick up something else. I just, you know, it's a B. It's a B. It's a B. But, you know, if we want to take a moment to talk about the old hunters, I mean, now that, if that was just the box art for the game, period, that I would pick that up immediately. The old hunters, like, the art is just so solid. It's so good with the clock tower and everything. Like, aces. It's wonderful. Love it. All right, who's next? Blood Rain. Oh boy, I did actually play the Blood Rain games. I never beat them, but I had fun with them. All right, so there's Blood Rain 2. We'll get that one open. Where's Blood Rain 1? Where you at, gal? There she is. Okay, well that one has a rather large. This is like the PAL one, but it's basically the same. We're gonna look at both of these right now. Blood Rain and Blood Rain 2. Blood Rain 2 is better. I do think also because of the composition of this. I know it's high up enough that it shouldn't look like her boobs. It still seems like the logo is supposed to be her boobs. It's weird. It's weird. So I don't love the first one. The second one's okay. It's been too long since I played them. Her face seems to have changed so much, but that could just be a concept art thing, you know? Like, but it's been so long since I played them. I don't remember how much her face changed between the two games. It's been too long. I played them on GameCube, I think, if I remember right. Lots of terminal reality in this, eh? So, like, I don't know. Blood Rain's a C for me. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's that interesting. But Blood Rain 2... it's still just not that interesting to me. I guess, again, it's not bad. We'll put the Blood Rains together. I'll just put them next to each other. I'm just not taken with it. I played Blood Rain. Again, this is one of those things where, like, I didn't play Blood Rain because of the cover. I played Blood Rain because I was told it was a fun vampire game. You know? So... now for something completely different. Blue Stinger! I like the, like, Comet Astro, whatever this is, hurtling towards the island. But it's weird, all the pieces of this feel like they're from a different game. Like, this with the island, everything feels like it's from one game. The creepy guy with the red eyes in the background feels like it's from another game. And then Doofus here with his gun feels like it's from yet another. Feels like 3 different games are being shown to me right now. I have not played Blue Stinger. I've watched other people play it a bit. I believe there are at least 2 characters you switch between to play. Dreamcast knocks it down for yeah, well, the Sega, it's a Sega. You know, it's the way, right? And actually, I don't mind that part personally. For once, it actually looks like it's part of the design and not just what Sega wanted on their boxes, but... Whew, where do I put you, Blue Stinger? You're so weird. I don't know where to put this. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Is it good? I don't know. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. I don't know if I don't know if it deserves a B. It is fascinating though. Here, we'll put it there for now. B for Blue Stinger. All right. Who's ready for calling? This game came from Hudson, of all companies, on the Wii. And the way it worked was that it would actually, like, your little Wiimote would act like a cell phone, and it would actually ring, and like you'd get like people talking to you through the phone, quote unquote. I always regretted not picking this up, but I remember staring at it and going, wow, this looks like a really mediocre horror game. At best. So I never did. I was like, why is that expensive? It's because we rarely ever had copies of it. It's a wee bit messy. The logo is so weird. I think I'm gonna give it like I'll give it a C. It can hang out with Blood Rain or Alien Syndrome, maybe. Cause like for me personally, I would see like the Japanese characters and go, oh, maybe it's a creepy ghost story thing. That'd be cool. Yeah, the art is not. I don't even think it's about a spooky kid. I think it's about creepy dolls or something. I don't remember. You're walking around a school. I forget where all it goes. I forgot this was a game that was a horror game. I don't. This game. Here, I'm gonna pull up the back. As well. It's a cool disc. That's a neat disc. Chaos Break. So, like, a bold cover. Not terribly interesting, but bold. You know, grabs your attention with the big eyeball. I love eyeballs. Don't love the logo. I think this game would have way more points with me if the logo was different. I think if the art for the logo was different. So, this is one of those that Europe got, but I don't think we did in the States. Resident Evil wannabe kind of game, I assume. Yeah, she's not that. It's like not bad, not good. Can't go over there with amnesia. Okay, here comes one. There are a whole bunch of these games, and I just didn't have it in me to try to like go through the whole series. This is the current box art for it. Let me see. This version is the older version. If I can find it. Oh, wait, here it is. Corpse Party is one of those series where it's like you need somebody to lean over and tell you, no, these games are fucked up. These games are fucked up. No, really, these games, they go places. I do think the remake, so the quote unquote remake, the like kind of release art is a little better. I do like it. I think it's definitely better. I like it's simple, you know, and yes, they did start as RPG Maker games. I actually think a bunch of them are. I could be misspeaking, but I got the impression that a bunch of the early ones were. They were definitely RPG Maker games. I mean, yeah, this is what the sprites look like. These games go places. I'm mostly familiar with the first one. I don't really remember much about the others, but yeah, again, the remake re-released art is definitely better than the older art. I'm gonna take a moment to just I'm kind of rating the Corpse Party games as a whole, because I'm saying, okay, we're not judging the game, we're judging their box art. That new box art, you would still have to convince me. Gosh, yeah, it's just, I don't want to put them in D, because even if it's not my style of art, they do try to do some interesting things with some of these covers. They try to be engaging. So, like, I'm willing to put it in C. You know, over here with these guys. I'm willing to put the Corpse Party games here, but it's a very generalized, you know, declaration, because I'm not going to go through. I don't have it in me to do all the Corpse Party covers, because I would have the same. It's kind of like Alan Wake. I would have the same notes on every cover, which is, it's all right. Not a style of art that particularly grabs me. Hi, Elia. All right. Who's ready? You know what? I'm gonna hold off. We're gonna work our way up. We're gonna do these. I think this is the order they came out in. There's tons of Call of Cthulhu games, but I just picked a handful. Let's see. The first one, Shadow of the Comet. There's two. There's this one, and then there's this one, which is the one I saw more frequently. It's, I don't like the eyes. Everything else is actually kind of interesting. This, and then it's funny, on this one, I like the eyes, I like everything, but the weird dude just standing in the foreground. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen the Chaosium Inc. logo in a long time. So yeah, Shadow of the Comet. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's okay. I think it gets to be up here with the Alone in the Darks. They're kind of in a similar boat. Alright, next one was Prisoner of Ice. I tried to get like a spread of things. Like, okay, here we go. Yeah. Let's get a good look at this guy's face. Not gonna pull me in, but you know, nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely composed. I like that there's like weird tentacly things and like a scaled hand reaching up out of the box. I think that's cool. I'm down with creepy submarine stuff. It's just, I would probably see this and go, I don't know. I might prefer something else. So, this one, I mean, again, I'm gonna keep these kind of, I think this one's a little bit more interesting, but it's still gonna be in here. I like creepy houses more than this, but I'm willing to do this. Do a little rotation here. All right, now for the the truly good. I don't know anything about these older Call of Cthulhu games, but Dark Corners of the Earth. What a game. That eventually kind of falls apart, but don't worry about it. Honestly, so I like the art. As a box art, it don't particularly grab me. It just does not. The logo is very clear. Dark Corners of the Earth, not so much. I remember seeing this box art floating around and having no idea what the name of the game was. But I do really like the art on its own. I think this is great Innsmouth Fishman art. Like, it's stupendous. It's wonderful. For a box art, we either need to be zoomed in more or zoomed out more. One or the other. Either show me more of creepy Innsmouth, like the street with like bodies laying on it or something, or zoom way in on Fishman here. I would have respected that. So, yeah, I think it's very solid art. Super solid art. Just not getting me to purchase the game necessarily. I might be willing to bump this up to a low B, but I gotta think about it. It's kind of like the New Nightmare. Well, the Dark New Nightmare. I gotta think about it. You don't get Fishman from him? Really? You think it's just a mutton chop? Not a gill? Not a fin? I will say that there are more obvious... In the game, the fish guys are way more obvious, for sure. For sure. Yeah, the way they talk and they look, you're like, you are a fish man. Oh, I don't want to look at this. I already know where I'm putting this. Because I don't like it. I like a spooky manor. I like aquatic texture creature-ness. Boring. Boring. I'm not gonna put it in F. I'll put it in D. I'll put it in D. Another everyman saves the day. I will say, I do respect them for putting a quote-unquote bad ending in the game that is way more interesting than anything else you can do. Just straight up, if you insist upon playing Call of Cthulhu, embrace the quote-unquote bad stuff. Do it. It's so much more interesting. It's so much more interesting. Yeah, very much banking on the name. And I just feel like this game, there were just so many dropped balls with, like, some of the side quests and side characters and things that could have been really interesting, but didn't really pan out to much of anything, so, yeah. Undifferentiated whititude on the cover? Definitely matte. Well, here's the back of it. I put horror in there. Can I get Carrier to show up, or will I only get the back of the box? Well, here's a very small... We've got another Sega with the little swoop. If you can hear it, you're already dead. This is... Oh, Carrier. You didn't like the skill check system. I think that's fair. I think they wanted to bring in more of, like, the old tabletop. Top-y kind of feel. I will say, good, but I do prefer, what's it fucking called? As far as, like, a Call of Cthulhu, but isn't Call of Cthulhu game, Sinking City. It suffers from being, you know, quote-unquote open world, and being a little all over the place, and it could have, you know, I don't know if they tightened anything up in the remake, or if they just made it look prettier. I have no idea. Not the remake, the remaster. I don't know if they tweaked anything, but I definitely, that is one of the most solid visual representations of a Lovecraftian story. The pacing's a little weird. I think it does suffer a bit from being an open world, but it's so cool. Got some gnarly teeth. I know, right? Really gnarly. It's not a good cover. It is not a good cover. And the back doesn't really make me want to pick it up either. It's just... I like the logo. The logo's fun. It's fun. But, oh, Carrier. Oh, Carrier. I don't know if I can put you in C. You are actively a bad cover, but your logo's nice. Okay, I'm gonna put you low C and then we'll think about it. Okay. I grabbed a few. I wanted to make sure I also hit up a couple of, like, handheld game box arts. This is, nowadays it's available on Steam. I haven't played it yet, but it was a DS game, I believe, if I remember right. I actually really like this cover. It's so, again, it's just, we've got a creepy backdrop. You've got, like, the shadows of the hands coming around the person, the schoolgirl who's in the center. The font isn't too over the top. It's also not too plain. Like, there's stuff going on here. I really think this is actually a great cover for a game that is, I don't really know much about it, but considering I didn't even know it existed, maybe, let's ask Steam. Let's ask Steam. I know I have it on my wish list. And it goes on sale all the time for like super cheap. I just haven't picked it up yet. Yeah, it's very atmospheric. I haven't used that word yet. Shockingly. But it is. It's very atmospheric. Like, tell me, what is your average? Are you like a 6 out of 10 or are you like a 7 out of 10? Yeah, mixed reviews. But that may also have to do with the port. Is it okay? It's considered a terrible port, but a pretty good game. Not shocking. Not shocking. It is supposed to be kind of clock tower-ish, so I assume it is a run from scary and hide kind of game. Which, yeah, that's what it looks like. I like it. I'm into it. I think, gosh. Okay, first of all, Alone in the Dark 2, I think you're actually getting bumped up. I think you're getting bumped up. Creeping Terror is... I think Creeping Terror is going to get an A. It's going to get an A. If you saw that in the DS section, you'd be intrigued. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Alright, let's get some... I got a couple of Clive Barker games. Jericho box art. I didn't play Jericho. I watched a friend play some of it, and I remember thinking, it's fine. I remember looking at this box art and going, what am I staring at? But like not in a fascinated way. I feel like they didn't know what they wanted to be on the cover. I don't know if it's so bad. I don't think it's so bad that I'm like, it shouldn't go in the D's. I might give it a D. I wish I could like it. Yeah, they're definitely banking on the Clive Barker name, right? I do feel like me going, what am I looking at exactly, is also how some people, at least some people, felt about the game. So maybe it does a good job of representing what you're getting. Yeah, I mean, it gets to be above Call of Cthulhu, but that's just a personal thing. But Undying, let's look at Undying, an older game, which we played a little bit of forever ago when we were doing the Wheel of Horror. And I always wanted to come back to it because it was actually really fun. Remember when EA made good things? When you saw the phrase EA Games and you didn't, like, cringe? I like the cover for this game. I think it's solid. Because you've got, like, you literally have a skeletal hand reaching up into the stones. I kind of wish the eyes weren't there, but I get why they put it there, because the creepy eyes staring at you is always a thing. Hey man, I happen to love Price is Right. I watched a lot of that when I was a kid. And then, like, I mean, obviously this is the banner version that it gets all the time now in digital copies. But, like, the back is a little, but the front is solid for sure. I like it. It's gonna get at least a B. I think it deserves a B. You love the hand is kind of ambiguously blended into figures. Yeah, because it makes you go, huh, it looks like kind of like a hand. And then if you stare at it, you go, there is a hand there. There is a hand. Like, you don't even necessarily notice the fact that it is a hand and not just a shape like a hand, right? It's like, no, it's there. It's all melded together really nicely. Next up, Clock Tower series. Alright, I gotta find the quote-unquote correct ones. So, First Fear. First Fear is the PlayStation one. Where is my SNES? Yeah, there it is. There it is. You know, confirmation. SNES cover. Later PlayStation cover. Solid, intriguing. I don't 100% understand the line going through her neck. Doesn't matter. Part of Clock Tower. Part weird ghost statue lady. I don't know. It looks neat. I like it. I think it's pretty alright. I think it deserves an A. I don't know where I'm going to put it in these A's, but I'm going to put it up in the A's. Clock Tower, the actually PlayStation game. I owned a copy of this and I let it go. I should not have done that. I should have sold it. I like gave it away at a garage sale for like $1. The guy who took it probably thought he had struck the jackpot. It was the same for the NTSC. I will say that this perspective of the giant scissors coming at you does distract from the fact that this doesn't look anything like the Scissor Man, and what is going on with this logo? What is happening? There's like 3 different fonts being used. And it looks like somebody came over with some strawberry jam and just kind of rubbed it all over the... I want to give it points for that perspective. I really do, because that gets my attention. The rest of it... Maybe not as strong. Maybe not as strong. You know? Clock Tower 2. Alright, Clock Tower 2 has AKA the struggle within AKA Ghost Head? Devil Head? Whatever it's called. Here's a version that is like not actually Clock Tower 2. So, excuse me. It is Clock Tower 2, but it's not Clock Tower 2 for America. But then this was also called Clock Tower 2. It's confusing. I believe this one might be just the PSX one. Might be this one. Alright. Clock Tower 2. Yeah, yeah, here we go. The struggle within. I mean, at least the logo's doing something a little better than it was on the other PlayStation case. Like Final Fantasy 36 situation. Yeah, because originally the SNES game didn't come to America. It came, it came later. Like, lots of fan, versions and stuff came out. And now we have Clock Tower Rewind, which is that game, but, like, officially, brought over. This game is... I've talked about it. I've talked about it on stream. It's a weird one, and I don't necessarily mean... I definitely mean weird derogatory. Like, what is going on in this game? The thing I always bring up is that you can get basically to like the last part of the game, last zone or whatever, and have something, it's essentially an anvil falls on your head. Something does literally fall on your head. If you didn't look at a particular thing in the house at the beginning of the game. That's what keeps it from triggering. It makes no sense, and you would only know if somebody told you, and you are hard locked. Your save is fucked. There is no way around it if you did not do what you were supposed to do. And there's not any like hint of like, make sure you do that so that, you know, hours from now you don't have it literally fall on your head like an anvil. It's weird. No. This is a no. This is a no, and there's definitely, as much as I want to put it in D, I'm not going to. I'm gonna put it in the C's. It gets to go in the low C's. Now, we just played this game not that long ago. Clock Tower 3. Solid. Is it the most interesting? No. I still think it's like, you're gonna look at it. The logo's fantastic. It's gonna make you pick it up and go, what? Scared gal? Why is this gal so scared? What's going on here? I think it's very solid. It's using, similar to Clock Tower 2 Struggle Within, it's using like a version of the model themselves. Like, this is probably a cutscene, one of the cutscene versions of Alyssa. I think it's really great. I think it's really solid. Is this PAL? Interesting. The PAL version takes Alyssa out entirely and just has the creepy man. Creepy man. I don't... Usually, most of the time, I'd say the majority of the time, PAL and or Japan, like, get better box art than America does at times. Not for this one. Not for this one. I don't think so. I think the one with Alyssa is way stronger. What? I need... Hang on. Can I see? What's the Japanese one look like? I think it's the same, isn't it? Yeah, we got... For once, America got the Japanese box art, essentially. We don't usually. I think it's simple. It's solid. I don't know if it's an A, but it's definitely a B. It's definitely a B. It gets to hang out up here in the B's for sure. Next up, control. I still need to play control, so I don't have any opinion on the game. I love that I can't get box art to come up. I can get all the banner arts, which are essentially the same, but not actually. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Is this one? Strong art. Strong art. I love the shapes. I actually really like that we have like a red-haired character against red on red. I think it actually looks really cool. The logo is great. The way that the N and the T come together, everything kind of rolls together. All of the letters are touched. I really like it. My thing about guns on the cover being kind of make me go, is coming into play here. But hey, she's also got like telekinesis powers or something. Like, what's she doing here? She got a cool jacket. Oh, I really like this abstract background here, like, because we keep the like the triangle, the V shape all the way through. It's very strong. It's very strong. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give her an A. Is it like my kind of cover? No, I would look at this and think it's just an actiony game, that it didn't necessarily have anything to do with horror. Thank God it does. So yeah, I have a copy of it. I just haven't. This is one of those games where it's like, I want to play it, but it's just never been a priority. Similar to how, yes, art-wise, this is an A box art. I'm still not. There's still other things above it. Because it's a me list. All right, let's rein in the good art for a second. Let's rein in the good art for a moment here. Let's have a look. We played this briefly on the stream as part of Halloween last year. Countdown vampires. What if Resident Evil, but vampires, and not as good? It has lots of cute little ideas. I like all the parts of the club are like named after famous characters, lady characters in like horror movies, or the actresses. But boy, this game isn't good. It's not good. It's not good. And the box art reflects that. They've tried to do something here with the logo. I don't hate it, I love it. These images are not drawing me in here on the side, and I think this is our himbo main character being turned or something. I don't know. It's not, it's a no from me. It's not a D, but it's not great. In contrast to Control, which manages to put like red on red, and it's like still has a really strong like visual language to it. Countdown Vampires, it does not. It just looks like mush. Cursed Mountain on the Wii. Deep Silver, shockingly. Unique setup for a horror game that hasn't been hashed and rehashed. Similar to other, setups where it's like, oh, scholarly guys go off and fuck around and find out. This is a horror game that takes place, I think, in the Himalayas. Like, you're going to go, your buddy or your brother or somebody has gone missing on a climb up the mountains, has not returned, so you're gonna go see what's going on, and you discover that the entire town has actually become very deserted, and it seems like the locals have even taken off. Like, something is wrong on the mountain. And there's ghosts and cursed things happening, and you learn how to like cleanse areas so that they're safe. I think there is some actual mountain climbing that happens. It's unique. It didn't set anybody's world on fire, but I don't think it got bad reviews. And this cover, it's fine. I'm pretty indifferent about it. I actually appreciate that the ghost creature thing behind them is actually kind of just standing there, like just menacingly, versus being like Rah! Reaching out for them, just like they're reaching out to the camera to us. I think that's neat. Yeah, you actually. I'm shocked that you don't see this pose more often on horror game box art, reaching towards the camera, but we actually, I don't know if I have any others like this in my list, but you can see the Tibetan prayer flags and stuff in the background. It's a unique setting. This, I wish it had a stronger logo for sure. That would help. That would help. I'm trying to ignore the Wii box art lines. Despite being a horror game, unlike some of the other horror games that we had, it did not come in a black case. And I don't like calling it either. At least in America, it didn't. I don't know if we ever got the black cases, to be honest. I'm thinking about it now. Because in Japan, there was a such thing as a black Wii case, and that's how you knew, like, ooh, this is a scary game. Has a black case, like Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I have a Japanese copy of it, and it has a black case instead of a white case. So it's an interesting little thing. I guess this is the limited edition version. Looks like scary Buddhist monk, Tibetan monk. I see they're trying to do something in the backdrop of the logo. It just didn't work. It just didn't work. So it's not bad. It's not good. It's not bad. I'll put it over here next to Blood Rain. Can hang out there. Alright, next up, Curse. The Eye of Isis, which I will admit is one of the older games that I have considered playing with you guys. I have a PC version. This is... The logo's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. It's unique. Boy, does this cover not make me want to play the game. It's really muddy. I don't even understand. I guess it's supposed to be a scary face in the corner. But it doesn't do anything for me. Ooh, it's just, no. I think... So it's like, we have scary face spewing bad breath. That's what it looks like. It looks like they're spewing bad breath. And here's our heroes. But then there's like super ultra mega sharp clear hieroglyphics in the background. Well, art with some hieroglyphics. Oh, Curse, where do I put you? What was this? Was this just... Yeah, okay, the Xbox got a totally different cover. Which looks like Wreck, the video game. It doesn't look like it has anything to do with Egyptian artifacts or anything like that. Gosh, Curse, where do I put you? I think you're kind of similar. Like, what is even happening in this cover art? You're kind of not interesting. You're not bad, but you're not interesting. Some of these ones that I'm like, I have down here, they're gonna get bumped. Because there's gonna be too many C's eventually. Oh boy, here we go. Cold Fear. What if Resident Evil, but on a boat? What if Resident Evil, but on a boat? worst. I like that we see, you know, the hand of someone infected here. Very obviously infected. Like, coming at them. It's not just like, they're not just using their bare hands. It's like, no, they can use weapons. That's scary. That's scary. The boat is tilting. The perspective, like, the boat's tilting. He's, you know, got his gun out. This doesn't, to be clear, this doesn't, I've been saying how, like, oh, sometimes, like, guns, I didn't comment on it with Kursai Devices, because it's, like, it's technically kind of a period piece. This is one of those times where, like, the gun on the cover, yes, this is what you will be doing. You will be shooting gun on boat. That's the thing. The logo is cool on Kurs. You like the gem in the middle? Yeah. I like that one. Alright. This one is weird. I don't mind it until it gets to the A and the R, and then they're like, they look like either stitched together or connected like skin, and I haven't played enough of Cold Fear to know if that's like a cue for anything other than the fact that there are obviously infected on board that are dangerous and coming after you. I don't even know if they call them zombies, to be honest. But I think this art's perfectly solid. It would be purely my own personal taste of whether or not I was in the mood for a game like this. I think it at least deserves a B. I might even put it in A. No, you know what? I'm bumping Clive Barker Undying up to A. And yeah, I'm gonna put Cold Fear there too. It might get bumped down, but I think it's solid. It would make me stop and go, huh? Do I feel like a boat game? Do I feel like a boat game? All right. Oh boy. Okay, yeah. Okay. Just, Condemned. The Condemned games. Okay, so we have Condemned. And we have Condemned 2. These, man, early days. Early days. Like, Condemned Criminal Origins was, I think it might have been a launch title for the 360. It's an early game. The chains across the face are scary. I can confirm they don't really have anything to do with what's going on in the game, despite all the really crazy things happening in the game. Maybe it's meant to be a shout out to one of the serial killers they're looking for. But this is... I'm not going to say that the blood splatter shouldn't be there. I think that just this blood splatter in particular somehow doesn't quite fit, and I could have done without it. You could have just had the scratchy font and I would have been good. That would have actually drawn me in more. Simple, solid. I still feel like I'm looking like at a video game character, even though it's like really probably a person's face. It's like a real person's face that they edited. That's my presumption. So I'm gonna give it a B. I'm gonna give it a B. Now, on the other hand, Condemned 2 just... I love the eyeballs. I like the scratchy font. There's just something about this that just... I'm speaking from experience of seeing it on the shelf that I was just like, I don't know, I'm good. It doesn't grab me as much as the first game's art does, but it's still alright. Like, I like that there's, like, blood splatter around the peephole. Here, let's look at it, like, on the box. And a little less, a little less vertical. Yeah, it's alright. It's not the worst, but... It's more of a C for me. It's not as... It's not as, It's not as... It just doesn't grab me the same way that the first one does. Ooh, our last game that starts with C. Cryostasis. I really want to get my hands on this game. You used to be able to sometimes find it on some sites, but it's a PC kind of game that is a little hard to get your hands on anymore, to say the least. Here's a Taiwanese sleeved copy. Yes, it's got a nice font. It's stark. There's something about it that's doesn't quite hit for me, but I still like it. I like that you can see the dog. The dogs are part of the deal because you do have a sled team going out to see what's going on with this ship stuck in the ice. Doggo points. I didn't even notice that he's like even holding the gun. The light is meant more, from what I assume is meant, it's meant more to represent warmth than light. Because in this game there is a mechanic that you need to get warm things up to change them, and then like you get like flashbacks to what happened in the past, and it's interesting. It's interesting. I think that this does it justice. I definitely think it does it justice. This is usually what you would see. Trying to look for the game, cryostasis. Yeah. I think it's pretty solid. Gosh, do I give it an A because doggo? Or do we put it in B? Like a really, really strong B. High B. High B. Doggo. Alright. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna take a moment to get a sippy. Everybody get your sippies. We're gonna start with the D's. We played this one, and it was funny because we had to play it in a tiny little DOS box that refused to get any bigger no matter what I did. I was very proud I brute forced a puzzle or two in there that was just like, what the fuck? This cover has nothing to do with the game, but it is very stark. It is very attention grabbing, to say the least. Solving the mystery means visiting the dark pit of your soul. Honestly, you don't need that. Just have the art with the letter D over it, like with the what seems like blood tears coming down the face. It's very strong. It's dark and strong. It's dark and strong. it would make me grab that box. It'd make me grab that box. The game that shares a name with your favorite ungoogleable band. It's so true. Alright, and then D2 on the Dreamcast. Rated mature, not teen, like D1. Oh, what a downgrade. Even without, like... Can I stare at it with the thing chopped out? Like... It's like Clock Tower First Fear versus Clock Tower Struggle Within. You know, it's... and... I understand why there's green goop. But seeing green goop on a box art that just seems like it was spray painted in here. It doesn't even seem like it's part of the scene with the footprints in the snow. So D is like you in creepy guy's cellar. You have like a limited amount of time to like solve the puzzles, save yourself. You know, there's like suits of armor coming to life after you and stuff. You have to solve like horoscope puzzles. It's things like that. Not horoscope, astrology. D2 is a little bit more like it's horror. Like there's like weird plant, insect, mutation, something. You're in the Yukon. You crash in the Yukon. You are a flight attendant who has crashed in the Yukon and miraculously survived. And shit is weird. Yeah, goofy font. Like, such a downgrade. Like, I would glance, her face, there's something about her character design, her face, that makes me want to still, like, pick it up and give it a glance. But more because I'm like, what is happening here? Is this a PAL cover? Is this different? Or is this just like somebody's better cover project? Hard to know. Was Japan's any different? It probably not. No. It's arguably slightly better because it's just her face. It's like a rom-com font. Hi, Leafling. Snacky plate. Yeah, D2, man, like... Okay, I'm pulling Carrier down into the Ds. Hi, Ds. It's bad. God, D2. Why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta have the green goop? It really is like a rom-com phone. Okay, who's next? Oh, this is a weird game. I don't know anything about this game, but I've seen it around. Demon Summoner. Not Japan though. Just here, please. Look at this PlayStation 2 game. I'm not gonna lie, when I stared at this is the PAL one. I don't even know. Do we even get this in NTSC? I don't remember. Papyrus font. Papyrus font. Okay. Papyrus. I didn't even really notice that this was some dude smoking like a cigar in the foreground. I literally, when I glanced at this initially, I thought that the demon, first of all, the demon looks really friendly. It's like he's smiling at us. He seems pretty chill. I thought he was like offering us an hors d'oeuvre plate. Like, I couldn't interpret what I was staring at. Get creepy gravestones down here. But yeah, he seems like a chill guy. Oh no. It's so bad, but I love this. I love the smiling demon. I love the smiling demon, so it gets to be up here with Carrier. To be fair, that's from when Papyrus font was cool. Was Papyrus font ever truly cool? And I mean this like outside of Undertale. Alright? Was it ever truly cool? Oh, here we go. Alright, Darkseed games. These feel like cheating a little bit. Though I don't love them as box art. So, it's H.R. Geiger. Here, I'll just pull this up because it has Darkseed and Darkseed 2 right next to each other. For some reason, 2 is on the left, but it's fine. Obviously, gorgeous art. It's H.R. Geiger. It's the Geigermeister. It's the man himself. I would absolutely pick this up off the shelf and go, what the fuck? But it feels like cheating. It feels like cheating. I forgot that Darkseed had a sequel. I really love on Darkseed 2 the little thermometer meter for the advisory. I'm not big on this like safety pin goggle thing that's going on 2. I like the eyeball, but Darkseed, the first Darkseed, I think is the stronger of the 2. Yeah, it's a giant safety pin, but it's like goggles. He's got like sunglasses on. It's weird. It's really weird. Not necessarily positive weird. We played a little bit of Darkseed when we had our Abandonware Day. Halloween launch year. Odd little PC game for sure. All H.R. Geiger stuff. It's interesting for sure. Well, yeah, there you go, Darkseed. So like Darkseed, the first one, the art is really strong. The box art itself, it kind of depends on which version you end up with. Really? Because, like, this version is the strongest with the diamond, like, enclosing it within the diamond shape. Hi, Carmina! Thank you for the lurk! But I mean, like, look at that. Like, how do I articulate this? This is the cover of a game that I'm like, wow, that art's really cool. And I kind of glance at it and go, but the game's probably shit. And I put it back. I'm not calling Darkseed shit. I'm just saying, like, the impression it gives me that, like, the art on the cover is over-delivering. It's over-delivering for what this game can do for me. So I'm gonna put... God, how do I classify these? Darkseid 2, no. Intriguing art, but it would not make me want to play the game. I don't think it's a bad cover or anything like that. It's just not doing it for me. You think it looks less goofy? Okay. I like seeing the black and the gold boxes next to each other. I think that's really solid with the two diamond shapes. But like if they were on their own, yeah, like this looks better maybe without the weird yellowy gold outside. Yeah, Yeah, I like I want to give it points because it's the artist, but it'll give me let's use this form of measurement. It'll get me to pick it up off the shelf. It will not get me to buy the game necessarily. Because again, it's like, wow, that art's really cool and I'd love to have it on my shelf. But is it over delivering? There's something about it. Ooh, goody. What did I can do very easily. Oh, I didn't mean to close this. Days Gone horror game box art. Days Gone. This, okay, weird pull, but I was talking earlier about how with Blue Stinger, it's very fascinating. And I want to know what was going on in that game. But each of the 3 components look like they came from different games. This cover for this for Days Gone is having that effect on me. Because the foreground is so detailed and the background is so detailed, and then they like cut and pasted some concept art of a crowd of zombies into the middle. Like, what is occurring? What is occurring right now? It doesn't look right. It don't look right. Days Gone. You're not an F. But I don't know if I can put you in C. He's unusually calm. That's like part of his character. He's like a biker who's lost everything. My guy, I would not be sitting that relaxed with a horde of undead behind me. But that's the thing. I feel like, hang on. Don't you feel like if you deleted the zombie crowd, that it would just immediately a better box art? However, I have okay, this is purely conjecture on my part. Here's me throwing conjecture out there. That was the box art, and then somebody went, but you can't tell it's a zombie game. Like, it just looks like he like murdered innocent people or something in the foreground. We don't know who these people are. So they shoved the concept art crowd in behind them. That would be because they didn't want to render. They didn't want to have to render a whole crowd in the same way. But it would just be an infinitely better cover without this weird, mushy garbage in the middle. I've seen a little bit of Days Gone. It seems like if you're into like an open world zombie apocalypse survival horror, survival of the fittest horror kind of thing, it didn't seem like it was that bad. I don't know if it was super great, but it seemed like it was alright. Alright, first of all, I'm gonna get harsh with some of these C's here. Amnesia. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Get out of here. You're so boring. I would rather stare at the Demon Summoner. You're so boring. The Green Goop in D2. No. Countdown Vampires. No. It's not a good cover. It's bad cover. Curse! I might be coming for you. Clock Tower. Clock Tower 2, coming down here. Yeah, I can't. Oh, where do you go, Days Gone? Do you go at the bottom of C? Because of the Blurry Horde? Or do you go to the top of D because of the Blurry Horde? Yeah, it looks worse zoomed in. Don't do it. Remastered, as though this game needed a remaster. It's only been out for a few years. I think that's worse. That's worse. Okay. Bottom of C with you for now. Squinting. I'm thinking about the color grading on it, so to speak. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Alright, the darkness. I love the weird little creatures. I don't love long-haired edgelord in the middle. No one's doing it for you. Hi, Kim. Executive Bedling. Could have been. Could have been. I might. Am I being too mean? I don't like the colors. I don't like the colors. It can go. It doesn't have to be below these guys. I don't like the colors. But then again, I don't like the colors on Curse either. Okay, you can go bottom of C. You can go back to bottom of C. Days Gone. Darkness. I want to like you.
I love these guys. They're great. Get out of there. I just want it to be. I just want the creatures.
This is like Darkseid for me. It's like, wow, cool art. Not gonna buy it. The badass glowy font. It's something else. I mean, it is kind of great that they. I mean, this is the logo from the comic books, right? Am I correct? If Korn was a video game, I mean, no offense to Korn. Korn's not really dark trenchcoat music, in my opinion. If that makes sense. Like them wearing dark trenchcoat, not the person listening. And we then got the Darkness 2, which no. It looks like
you need to go out and get a job. Yeah. Your mother worries sick about you every day. Going out with them guns.
Like, I don't know. Just not doing it for me. The logo's fine, you know. I like the little stripes. That explains why the logo is good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the same logo from the comic books. Oh gosh, I don't like this one. Don't like it. The darkness is fine, but it's very like There's a reason why I never owned a copy of it, and I just kind of borrowed somebody else's. I just did not. I was just not into the. No.
I like the creatures though.
So they can be like here. Alright. Dark Watch horror game. Who remembers this thing?
Wild West horror. It's one of them.
I like the backdrop that it's all just blown out with the moon and everything. It's a very nothing cover. It's a very nothing cover. There's nothing happening here. Hat and Duster, Vampire D did it better. Yeah, I actually have a Vampire D game in the list. Like, I'm pretty... From what I know, this game's fine, but this would... I mean, again, this did not... This is a nothing. This is a nothing. Nothing is happening here. Nothing is happening here. Solid meh. I just can't decide what Days Gone. I'm putting it in D though, because I just don't think it's not doing it any favors. It's just not doing it any favors. Alright, where are we at? Oh, Dead Space. Dead Space. Not the remake that I didn't like. So this is a weird cover for me. Because it didn't do it for me. I had no interest in this game when it first dropped. I like glanced at it and was just like, eh. Shrug. It's probably not for me. Also, when I tried it, I remember trying it. I like borrowed it. And I initially like really hated it because I missed the tooltip. I missed the tutorial about like the little line that, you know, you go wait, won't, and the like line goes on the ground and shows you which direction you need to be going if you get turned around. So I was trying to interpret the 3D map and having a bad time. So obviously Dead Space is not one of my favorite games of all time. So that changed. But the box art didn't necessarily do that for me. You know, I think it is very solid. I think it's very cool. It's simple. Good font. Literally a limb floating through space. Like, I don't like the remake cover. I don't think we need to see. I think it's better than the remake cover. We don't need to see Isaac. I like that the floating limb could be Isaac's. Like, it's cool. Do I love it? No. Do I think it's really solid to get me to try to engage? Yeah. Sure. Kind of classic at this point. I don't know whether to put it. Where do I put you, Dead Space? Where do I put you? Let's look at the others really quick before the ad hell hits. Dead Space 2. Again. Solid. Don't adore it, but I already liked Dead Space, so I played Dead Space 2. I like Dead Space 2 more than I like Dead Space 1. Ah, cool. Like Dead Space... I adore Dead Space 2. So good. Well, it's not decapitation. It can be, but that's not the point. Is to dismember. That's the word you're looking for. Dismemberment. It's fine. I like the little two off on the side, like it's a scientific formula. Dead Space 3. Let me actually look at you close up, my guy. Are you the worst? You're kind of the worst. You're kind of terrible. You're not. Generic. Generic. I don't even like the font, the logo looks weird. I don't even like my little number anymore. Like, what is happening here? No, bad. I don't think I ever even noticed that there was any background. It wasn't just all white. No. No, terrible. Bad job. Did bad job. So, Dead Space 3, I feel like we could pretty solidly put down here, like, oh, how you're boring. The first orange art. More recent? Yes, I would say. I feel like, yeah, I think that's the first, well, no, that one doesn't count, because it's just the blue. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright, so, the ads are coming, so let's see. I mean, Dead Space 2 is kind of like Condemned 2. I don't love the box art. If I'm just going off of the box art, I'm just like, it's fine. It's not great. It's fine. Dead Space, I'm willing to put in B. I'm not gonna give it an A. I'm not gonna give it an A because if I'm just basing my feelings on it alone, it's like, it's okay. Deep Via on the Sega Saturn. Oh boy. This version's not so bad. Though it very much, the logo's fine. I like the logo. It's a little silly, it's a little campy. I like it just fine. Deep sea horror. Hereafter, we will have desperate days with nowhere to escape. I can't make out what it is I'm supposed to be looking at here. Like, there's something in the goop. In the undersea. I don't understand. I don't know what's happening there. It tries to make it a little more clear. And then we have, oh, the monster hand. Oh, man. Deep Fear, it ain't good. It's not a good one. I would, like, glance at this and be like, yeah, it needs to go next to Carrier. It needs to go next to Carrier. The logo is great, just like Carrier's, but woof. The rest of it, just no. No. Next up, we have I think Japan only, called Desperia. I have already forgot. I tried to look up what this game was. I think you're in a dreamland. It's horror. I don't know. It's weird. Logo's neat. Makes me think I've picked up the latest single of a Visual Kei J-Rock group. Honestly, that's what this looks like. This looks like a J-Rock CD cover, not a horror game cover. So like, and I mean, it's not really pulling me in either way. I don't know if I have the heart to call it bad. Yeah, is it a VK band man on the cover? It kind of looks like it. But it's Alice. It's worth $400. Could be. It's not a good cover. It's really not. It's not gonna get your attention. It's a blob. I'm gonna put down what Days Gone. It's a blob. It's a blob. That's a horror game? I couldn't tell. It's... No, you know what? It's a horror game I couldn't tell. Yeah. It's a horror game I couldn't tell. No, you go into D. I couldn't tell. Gets my attention, but not the way it intended to, yeah. Alright. Dino Crisis time. I'm okay with the American Dino Crisis cover. Do I think it's as good as the one that Japan and Europe got? No. But it's alright. It's got cool Regina on the cover. You got like the dino scratch marks in the background. It's fine. I don't adore it. I don't hate it. Time to get mad. This should be the cover everywhere. This is what's on the start screen. This should be on this should be the cover everywhere. Not just Europe, not just Japan. It should also be the cover in America. Why did we get a different cover? Way cooler. The raptor claw with the blood on it. So much cooler. We were robbed. This is the only, out of the 3 Dino Crisis games, this is the only one that I'm like, I'm okay with it. It's inoffensive. It's not amazing. It's not gonna get me to buy the game, but it's okay, right? Like, I'm gonna put it in C. I might bump it to B. It is bold enough. It's inoffensive. Alright. But we were robbed. We were absolutely robbed. Dino Crisis 2. I'm trying to put aside. So Dino Crisis is like one of the only games I've ever played that involves shooting dinosaurs. Because I love dinosaurs and I don't wish to shoot them. So I generally, like, I might watch somebody else play Turok, but I'm not going to play Turok. I want to shoot the dinosaurs. I want to be friends with the dinosaurs. / I want to have a sim with the dinosaurs, you know, where you're like, it's like Planet Zoo, but, you know, it's the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World of evolution games or whatever they are. I haven't played any of them, but, you know, something like that appeals to me more than a horror game where you're fighting dinosaurs.
Because I love dinosaurs and I don't want to fight them.
But Dino Crisis is a classic, so I have played it. I want to be the dinosaur. Yeah, that would be good. That'd be a good one. Like the old Rampage games. It's fine. I don't love it. I like that we actually see a dinosaur when it's called Dino Crisis. A bonus desktop thing for Windows 95 and 98. Because this is the PC version, yeah? I kind of almost, like, Regina's very cool, but I do kind of like that we have, like, a silhouette. Though, I say that, and now I'm like, I'm staring at it again. I'm like, maybe we should be able to see Regina if we can see the dinosaur. Maybe they should both be silhouettes, or they should both be visible. I don't know. Don't hate it, don't love it. It's like, it's very inoffensive, but it's definitely lower, you know? It's not as bold. It's unlikely to get me to buy it, but you know, it's not so bad. Okay, but Dino Crisis 2 though. So here's the PAL cover. I kind of like that. I appreciate that just a gaping dino mouth goes along with the fact that with Dino Crisis 1 just being a, you know, an isolated claw. A foot. You know? So I think Europe got the best cover, and I'm going to tell you why. No, wait, I'll show you why. This is the Japanese cover? Question mark? I don't know if this was necessarily always the cover, if there was like another cover and then this was like a variant. What is happening here? Why is there so much text?
Once again, an accident has occurred. This time the scale is far larger than the end of the entire research metropolis. Edward City has vanished.
What? It does just look like a game screenshot, but it's got the stickers. So I don't know, maybe this is like a reversible or like an inside cover and theirs was more like the PAL one. I don't know. But this kept coming up as the Japanese cover and I was like, surely that's on the inside of the case, not the outside. Stairs. Hey, look, 2000. Okay. Dino Crisis 3. Oh, God. The coolest part about this game is this cover right here. You're not getting any cooler than this. This cover confuses me. It says Dino Crisis, but I see a couple of space bozos hanging out in front of a space station. There's not even like a dinosaur silhouette. I'm confused by this. In fact, I am of the opinion that when I was younger, that I mentally disconnected Dino Crisis and the other Dino Crisis games and Dino Crisis 3 and was confused and thought Dino Crisis 3, like Dino Crisis was like referring to like something else, like Dino was like an abbreviation for like something in the game. Like I literally like didn't think they were part of the same series. It was a tough one. Sorry, my cuss is acting up again. Now, no, this cover just confuses me. Is it the worst cover ever? No, it's just kind of not super exciting. This was the cover for other people got. This is the platinum version, but the regular version is this same art.
Thank you for the service.
I think this is better. I think it's cooler. You can tell that there's something ain't quite right with this dino. I mean, the concept of dinosaurs in space is great. The concept, just in general, that Dino Crisis has of, no, we're not going back in time, but we are bringing them forward. Accidentally. Like, that's such a good concept. It's such a good concept. No cloning. It's not Jurassic Park or anything like that. No, we're literally accidentally dragging them into the current time. team did this. I don't know. Like, I kind of get, like, there's no sign that this is taking place in space. Like, clearly something's wrong with this dinosaur, but you don't necessarily know that it takes place in space. But I bet you anything, if you flip it over the back, you can tell that it takes place in space. It's probably what it was. So, yeah, Dino Crisis 3... upsets me. Like, 1 and 2 are not super exciting, but 3 kind of upsets me. It's just...
Oh, is the fish not working? Hang on. 1 second. Let me just reload it.
Once in a blue moon, it, like, disconnects itself, and I just need to reload it.
Fimsh, come back. Come back to us.
I know we're not judging the game, but Doomsday is the only game in this series you would consider horror. Yeah, no, we're going to talk about that. That's literally why it's on the list. There we go.
Let's try again.
So first, I want to just talk about the original box art, which is pretty stellar. And comparing it to the 2016 box art. I don't have very many of these where I actually put them in the list, but I do want to talk about this one because I think they did a very good job with bringing the energy forward into the present day at the time. Oh, did you get Cheetahs? Yeah, bag of Cheetahs. Okay, so first of all, love logo, great, awesome. Regardless of whether it's just a silhouette or it's all extravagant, it's great. Love that the demons seem like they're having a good time. Demons are having a great time. I like that we have some other rando jobber back here that's just like, no, Doom guy, I must come with you. It's been too long. I forget if you have a buddy that eats it. People need to spend more time pointing this out. Okay. These guys are hungry for Doom Guy in many ways. Look at Doom Guy. Look at Doom Guy. They've ripped his pants. Doom Guy's outfit has a tummy cut out. This isn't torn. They tore into his flesh. It has a tummy cut out. Oh no, it is torn. It is torn. No, I was like, wait a minute. No, he has that. It can't be. It's got to be a tear. But it's such a clean tear. It's such a clean tear. Look at his tum-tum. Look at those abs. They gave him an abs window. And they're having... Look at this guy. He's just leaning back, like, chewing on his thumb. Like, man, we're having fun. This is great. This is spectacular. Doobie's like, you can grab my arm all you want. I can still shoot this other gun. Like... He's got an abs window. And then... 2016... slightly different atmosphere to just change in art style, but it's still like, it's clearly meant to be, you know, still like a nod to the original box art cover, you know, because 2016 is its own game. It's a reboot, but like it's its own game. It's a different experience, right? And like, they still have some guy in the background. Could be a demon, could be a friendo. I like that the demons still look like they're having a good time. They're still smiling, and they're like, It's great. I love it. It's great. So as far as where those go, I think I mean, demons are just having a bang and rave and trying to get Doomguy to dance. For anyone who doesn't know, because like part of what I liked about 2016 was it really brought in the lore, and I was like, there's so much lore in this game. I love it. What? Doomguy lore? What? For anyone who is like, oh, I know of Doom, but I'm not like really into the Doom games. Part of why Doomguy will be forever the sworn enemy of the demons is they killed his pet Bun Bun. He had a pet bunny, and they at least that's what I understand is they killed his Bun Bun, and he must avenge his cute little Bun Bun. Yeah, and the giant demon cruise in the background's a great touch. But where to put them in here? I feel like this is like Darkseid, where it's like I can't put it lower than B because the art is the art. I might not pick it up and bought it because I wasn't like into FPS, but like we'll just put them next to each other. Like I don't know what else to do with that. Oh no, yes, Bun Bun must be a vet. Yeah, that's yep. They moided his pet bunny, so he will forever hunt the demons. Doom 3, the one game that's definitely actually kind of it tried to be more survival horror feeling with its stylings. I don't love this cover. Doom cute.
Triss. Doom Triss.
I'm sorry. I'm like it's mushy, it's messy. I don't like it. It's not scary. I find it kind of boring. Yeah. It's a bad cover. I'm sorry. It's just not good. It's not good. It doesn't make me want to play the game. It's not scary. It doesn't make me want to play a game. I have to wonder if with this particular look with the teeths, if they were trying to, or is it, we were talking about alien breed earlier. If they were going for something like that, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, Doom and Doom 2016 are the only like they're more action-y. They're more like action before they're horror, but I would argue they're still they still get to be on the list. There's enough blood and guts happening. All right. Let's see if we can get through the D's. I need you guys to see how many more are on this list. I have a lot. So, let's get through the D's, and then maybe we'll pause, and we'll have to have another stream or two to get through this whole tier list. When I saw how many I had, I was like, this might take 2, and now I'm staring at it, I'm like, we're barely gonna get through the D's. It might take 3. Okay, Dead Island and Dead Island 2. Which I'm gonna use, I'm definitely using this art for Dead Island 2 because the other one that people used, that was mostly a promotional art, so. Let's look at these. Dead Island. It's okay. The logo's doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. I don't love it. I don't love it. I had fun with it. But only when I could like play it with a friend. It's definitely not the kind of game I want to play by myself. I had an alright time with it. I do know, I know the legend of the letdown from people, but like I wasn't one of those people waiting for it. I just kind of picked it up later, so it was not, I didn't have that backstory with it. I don't think this is, I think the art is nice. I don't know if it's what I would have picked to represent my zombie apocalypse in paradise. But like I said, the logo's doing a lot of the heavy lifting here to get your attention. Dead Island 2 is more what we're looking for, right? Like this is what the game's actually all about, is the wildness. That being said, like, I actually, it's funny, I don't like the logo as much, but I appreciate that they went ahead and showed us the bonkers weirdness of the game. Like, Dead Island's not Dead Rising levels of weird, but Dead Island 2 seems like it might get there, question mark? I haven't played 2, so. Hi, Buff Cowboy. So I appreciate that. I'm not 100% sure about this art, but like they both let me down. These box arts both let me down for different reasons. One feels like it doesn't have quite enough personality. The other one has more personality, but feels off. It still manages to seem like, another one of these games, even though it should seem a lot more unique than that. I don't know where to put them. I guess they could be low C. And also, Dead Island 2 is of our current timeline where it's like, please tell me a human made all the parts of that. It's part of what my eyeball is doing, looking around, going, is this human art? First logo with second art would have been a great Yeah, I don't understand why they did away with the old logo. I might actually end up moving these to D. I'm not gonna lie, they're not great. I will say, okay, one thing I meant to mention about Dead Island 1, I do like, the one little thing I do like is the angle here of that they're not just walking directly at us, that there's like the camera's kind of tilted, could be blowing in the wind, the perspective's a little different. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Alright, who's next? Oh boy. Oh boy. Deadly Premonition. What? Let us set aside that the screaming person on the left-hand side has nothing actually to do with this game. This cover suffers similarly. It's the phenomenon of the foreground and the background look like they're from different games, even though they're clearly both horror. I remember picking this up on the shelf, just kind of like, horror, and putting it back and just being like, it's probably some generic fucking, And then a friend of mine was metaphorically took me by the shoulders and shook me really hard and was like later at a later date and was like, you have to play this game. And then I did, and I loved it. I loved the first one. The box art is very, we need to get the Americans to buy this and spend money on it. In Japan it was called Red Seed's Profile. Let's see if I can get it to come up. And the cover was a little more like the Origins. There it is. This was the Japanese cover. It wasn't called Deadly Premonition. It was called Red Seed's Profile. Yeah, no, like this cover is not. This cover is not interesting. It's not a good cover. This is. Is this better? I don't know. There's a bunch of covers that have that Serif font with a blood splatter. Yeah, I did. There was a copy in a case once when I was living overseas that was very tempting. The Red Seeds Profile, just because. I'm almost tempted to make a C- section. Maybe I just need to bump more down into F. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. This is not... It's so generic. It's so generic. Deadly Premonition 2, not a great game from what I hear. I never played my copy, and then the bullshit happened, so I really didn't... I was like, I don't know if I want to. So just kind of sat there collecting dust. But the art, the box art is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. What a fantastic piece of art here. This is fun. Paper cutout-y, a little printy. Definitely better. But boy howdy, any S's? I opted to move American McGee's House into S, but it's the only one I have in S right now. I'm picky about box art, man. I don't hand out my S's and A's lightly. As you can see, some of my favorite games are in like B and C. Or at least games I like. Yeah, this one catches my eye. It stands out. Deadly Premonition is a bad positive. Deadly Premonition 2, from everything I've heard, is bad negative. So... oh, goodness. Okay. You know it's time to, like, start wrapping it up when your own personal feelings about the game are creeping in harder than ever. It's like, no, this is a good cover, even if not good game. And that's the point. That's the point. I don't know if I can give it an A, but I can definitely give it a B. I can definitely give it a B for uniqueness. This is just... it's C at best. C at best. I might have bumped it down to D. It's so generic. It's not good. Alright, we have a few more Ds. The Dementium games. Another bias S tier. If it's in this top row, I don't think any of these are S. I could give it to Evil Villain, but no. Probably not. It'll probably be an A. Alright, Dementium. The Ward and Dementium 2. So, Dementium. The Ward. First of all, wonderful to have more horror games on handheld, please. This was like a big deal. This is not 3DS, this was Nintendo DS. I remember buying this and being very excited to have a horror game on my little portable. Eternal? No, I don't think it's a particularly good cover. It's not a good cover. Seraph Blood Orange. I don't mind the murky, like, guy yelling in the back. I actually don't mind that. I think that's fine for this, especially when you have like a smaller space to work with the DS game cover boxes. I always thought the logo was a little odd. It felt a little weird. The Ward seems okay, but like all these like little weird flowy lines and stuff, I don't really get it. It's not exciting, but it's inoffensive. And then we have Dementium 2. Made by a different group? Or maybe they just named themselves something else. Kept the weird logo, frankly. I wouldn't have minded if they workshopped something new. But, and this is one of those things where, like, this is a cool concept. And if this was a drawing, if somebody illustrated this, I would love it. But because it's a photo bash, like, there are some solid, to be clear, I love photo bashing. I think it is absolutely an art form. And it's great. But this is a little too, like, it needs more murkiness. It needs this murkiness with all the textures and everything. And then, or just to be illustrated. Just illustrate, use this as your reference and illustrate it. Instead of you just using the photo bash. Because, yeah, then it starts feeling like
kind of generic scary, just like
you know, a guy yelling is kind of generic scary. I don't hate them. Like I said, they're inoffensive. They can go at the bottom of C for now. I might end up doing some rearranging here. But yeah, I've been talking nonstop for basically 3 hours. Just about nonstop for basically 3 hours. So I should probably pause here. We still have the rest of the alphabet together.